ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Oh That's Random Podcast. You heard me, and I am your host, that one and only, that guy, your guy, Nerdy G, and welcome to the show. Once again, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the show. Returning listeners, I see you out there. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming back and supporting the guy. Nerdy's Umbrella is everything, right? Nerdy's Umbrella on all social media platforms. Be sure to go pick up the book. This may not be for you. Also, too, nerdy merch, right? Hey, donning some of it right now. This is for the gamers, right? This is throwback nostalgia, right? I'm gonna move my out the way so that you can see it. Yeah, it's fly. Yeah. But go pick that up, right? The Bears, it's everything about the Bears. Let's keep it going, right? I'm happy you guys are here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming back. Yay. Claps. I got real claps. That is what it is. But today, I'm gonna get right into it. I don't like to spend too much time. You know, I just want to take a little bit of time out your day, give you some entertainment, let you enjoy yourself, put something on your brain and then let you go enjoy that with your family and your friends or your circle, whoever you have in your circle, or just kind of have a little conversation and dialogue and just to kind of see how you feel about it. I'm not trying to impose any of my views on you. It's up to you to think what you want to think and how you want to think it. I'm just here to give a different perspective or a different view. Maybe you have it, maybe you don't have it. However it go, it doesn't really matter. We're here for it, for have a good time, and we're always going to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. So let's get right to it, okay? Today, it is going to be a relationship show. Why? Someone like you would ask. Because I'm nerdy, man. That's what I do. Relationships is a big part of a lot of the experiences that I have had in my life. And today, I'm never here going to judge anybody about the decisions that they made in their relationships. Relationships can be tricky. There is a base, there is a standard, there's a foundation that you set with relationships. But if you don't set that foundation at the beginning of a friendship, any type of relationship, right? Any type of ships. If you don't set that at the beginning, then of course there's going to be some things that make things unrocky, uneasy, all the above, so forth and so forth, and we get to that neither here nor there. That's how that kind of works out, or whatever the case may be. But it's real and it happens, and it's life, right? So as see fit, you know, I'll give you a little something about relationships, you know, when you're building those and what good foundation that you have, right? But I had something that come across my path, right? And they say, well, I wanted to bring this to you because you, sir, you don't shy away from relationships. You dive into them. You don't let your past affect your future. You don't let your future affect your present, nor do you let it affect your past. Amen. Amen. I know. Y'all thinking like, what in the world is he talking about? Don't worry about it. I got you. You're gonna catch me. You're gonna follow. You gotta catch up. You're gonna understand what I'm saying here soon. So, had a little scenario, right? You told me, okay, this is the scenario. Couple, man, woman, whatever, right? This is a couple. They've been married, I don't know, let me say 7 years. Okay, 7 years is the marriage, is the time. And so it's all doing all these kind of trips or whatever the case may be. And so husband decides to go out on a guy's trip, of course. And women, I understand why you guys feel fearful of men going out on guys' trips. Okay, I understand why. I'm not gonna dive into that, but I understand why. So husband goes on a guy's trip, goes to Temptation Island, and shout out Florida. Once again, no matter what it is, Florida, you just keep doing it. You got so much stuff going on. Everybody worried about California. They really should be worried about Florida. Florida, I don't know what y'all got going on down there. I don't hate on y'all. Hey, thank you. That's all I can say. Okay, that's all I can say. But with that being said, went out there. He slept with a person unprotected, caught that STD, got that. Came back to the crib. The woman found out. He finally confessed to it because, you know, he thought he was being a stand-up guy. Let me confess. You know what I'm saying? Let me stand in my sin. I messed up, baby. I don't want to lose you, though. I don't want to lose you, girl. I love you so much. You mean the world to me, baby. And I'm sorry, I fucked up, okay? I know I fucked up, okay? So, in my mind, the only way to make this right, to make it okay, because it's not really going to be okay, because I know I probably lost your trust. I know I lost your trust, okay? Because I see it. I see the way you look at me. You don't even want to make my bacon the right way. You don't even want to cook me eggs. My eggs was all runny and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That ain't over easy. You know what I mean? I like my joint scrambled with cheese and a little jalapenos and a little black pepper, but that neither here nor there, okay? That's it. But I get what you're saying. I understand. But this is what I propose to you, my love. Let's do a get back. You can go out and you can go do what you do. One person, get back, get back. Wife say, you know what? I'll take that. Now, she said, I'll take that. So she go do it. Bada boom, bada bing, bada pow. Alright, cool. You did it. It's done with. Lose connection with that person. Don't talk to that person no more. Be done with it. It's over with. One and done. It's a get back. You got back at me. I got back at you. Whatever the case. Nah, partner. No, partner. No. That ain't it. The wife is still in contact with this person. Not only is she still in contact with this person, but now she's developed some type of feelings for this person. That's a problem. That is a problem. Who's at fault at this? Who's at fault in this juncture? If you ask me, both of them are at fault. So that's it. That's the story. Oh, you're not gonna? No, I am gonna dive into this. Okay, I just wanted to give it to you up front, right? Just wanted to give you the premises up front. This is what happened. This is the situation. This is what exactly happened. Yo, 7 years. Y'all been married for 7 years. Been together 12, if I'm not mistaken. 12, 7. That's a lot. That's a long time, right? Been together for 5. Got married and been married for 7. 12 years total. He messed up. He did this. Now, of course, you guys want to ask me, because you know how I break down situational cheater versus a true cheater. What do I? Where do I see this, or where I think this person falls at? When it comes to the guy, do I think he is a true cheater? I'm gonna tell you off back, no, he's a situational cheater. He went on a guy's trip. He went to Miami. Of course. What do I need to say? Nothing, right? And he let the guy's trip get the best of him, and that's exactly what it was. And they got the best of him. It's simple, easy peasy. It got the best of him. He fell into a situational situation, and he ended up cheating. So he is a situational cheater because he came, even though he had no choice but to come clean, because he got burnt and he had to come clean. And he had to let her know because he had to protect his wife. Did his wife contract the STD that he got while he was out there in Miami? No, that wasn't the case. So like I say, situational cheaters are always going to tell on themselves because they do dumb shit like that. And what I mean by dumb like that, meaning that they didn't protect themselves. He didn't protect himself, nor did he protect his person at home. Sort of kind of way he did protect his person at home, because he ended up telling her before while she was trying to, hey, I just came back off a vacation. I want that, da, 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 da. And he was like, I can't give you that, da, 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 da. So he ended up telling on himself why he couldn't do it, because there's only so long that you can tell your significant other, I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I just can't right now, can you give me a minute? Like, no. Okay, there's only so many times that you can do that. But he's a situational cheater. Now, the whole deal of saying, let me do the get back piece, that's that. For me personally, I thought about that and I say, the get back. Does the get back really justify, does it really do anything? No, because the trust is still not going to be there. Simple. The trust is not going to be there because it's gone. You have to gain that trust back, saying that you're not going to do this anymore. At this point, no, you don't even know if that's what she was thinking. You could have not gave her that option, but you put that option on the table and she was like, yeah. Now here's the kicker. I feel like there are people out there, I'm not going to just put this on women. I do feel like there are people out there that say, I just can't go out and have courtesy with a random person. And if you guys don't know what courtesy is, that's physical intimacy with another person. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it a little PG on here as much as I possibly can, but I'm keeping it going. Courtesy, whatnot. And I understand that. So what they need to do is they need to go have a conversation with this person. They may need to kind of develop some type of connection before they can take it to that level. And in this instance, that's what I think that happened, because the fact that she ended up coming out and saying, yo, I have feelings for this person. I made a connection with this person. I can't leave this person alone now that you gave me the option to go get back at you, so I can attempt to make myself feel better and make this issue go away. Because in a way, to me, I'm gonna say that I don't think that he truly wanted to do the work. Yes, work, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a slip up or a mishap in your relationship, there is work that you have to put in. Okay, there's work that you have to put in to get back to a space, or be in a better space with your partner, because we all mess up sometimes, right? Everybody mess up. Nobody's perfect, and I'm glad that nobody's perfect. But in the same thing, at the same time, we have to be strong enough to be able to forgive, right, and move on. Notice I didn't say forget. I'm not a part of that gang. I'm not a part of that crowd, that mob of forgive and forget. I will forgive you all day long. I have no problem. But in the back of my mind, I still remember, just like the Alamo, okay? I'm from Texas, okay? I got elephant ears. Y'all can't see them because I keep them in this headset covered up, okay? But I remember. I can forgive you. I can move past it. It takes time, all right? And because it takes time, it just takes time. In this instance, I believe that the husband created this, right? He created this by making a bad choice, or making a choice that led him down this path to give his wife an option, to give her an option to go do the get back game, to try to speed through the process of him not taking responsibility for what he actually did. I mean, yeah, he took some responsibility, but to give her out, to say, okay, hey, you go do somebody else, and then we don't have to speak about this anymore, that's rushing the process. That's saying, hey, I know you want to go sleep with this other person. You can't say nothing to me because now you slept with somebody else too. My deal is this: what if she would have got pregnant? Then what? Now you got that baby. Now you're gonna want her to get an abortion or whatever the case may be, because let's be honest, right? Over 30, you're not sleeping. You're not using protection. A lot of people over 30 are not using protection. So let's put that out there. We know exactly what it is. That's just that. But y'all married, so technically y'all shouldn't be using protection with one another. But if you do decide to step out, I mean, geez Louise, put something on. Gosh, umbrella. No, I don't have condoms, but if somebody wanna get some nerdy umbrella condoms put together and send them out there, I'm all for it. Anybody, you know what I'm saying. But in the same instance, this is the choices that we make take us down certain paths, and I don't think taking shortcuts, in my opinion, is the right move, because it can get challenging. Okay, it can get real challenging when it comes to what's the word I want to use? When it comes to rebuilding trust in a relationship, right? Because if the foundation is a little shaky, right, and you snatch that one little brick out like you playing Jenga or something, and it all comes down, then yeah, we understand, right? And so we got to be careful how we move if our foundation isn't solid. Do I think they had a solid foundation built after 12 years? Yeah, because if this is the first time that you slipped up in 12 years, and out of this whole deal, the fact is, yeah, your foundation wasn't solid, because your thought process was, I want to get this over with fast. You don't want to feel what you don't want to feel what she's going to put you through, because you don't want to. What happened yesterday. I'm sorry I hurt you. Let's get over it and let's get back to living our life, to go back to where it was good. But the thing is, you can never go back to where it was good, because what happens is, you're not good. You can't, once you break that foundation, once you crack that foundation, once you pull that Jenga piece out, there's no going back. Because if you go back, or can we start over? No, because what we started at from the first time, brought us to this point. It got us to this point. So I don't want to go back down the same path that's going to bring me right back to the same point, right? Or even if we go down that same path, then you probably take a different route. We take a different route together that may lead us somewhere else. But if I found, like I said, if our foundation isn't solid, then, we're going to have some issues down the road. And what you want to do is you want to rebuild and say, okay, let me do this. No, we can't go back to the way that it was, but let's start anew from here, and let's set some boundaries. Let's set some expectations. Let's redefine what our relationship means to us, because it doesn't matter what it means to anybody else, but it matters what it means to us. So let us together come up with that and figure that out. The fact that she was able to make a connection with somebody else and still feel that same connection, you got to wonder what that meant to her, and did she form the connection and stay within that connection because she still wasn't over the fact of what her husband did. Yeah, you can say, yeah, well, at least he didn't give her the STD. Yeah, he didn't give her the STD. Yeah, he told on himself because he's a situational cheater and he didn't know what he was doing, and so this is what he did. He didn't try to protect her. And I mean, like I say, you can say he did by not having sex with her and not giving her the STD, but he didn't protect himself, because what if he didn't know that he didn't have? What if he was asymptomatic and he did not know that he had got burnt, and then he ended up giving it to her, and then now they both fucked up? Okay, wasn't the smartest move on his part. Fine with that, but to give her an option like that while she's still hurting, while she's still in pain, while she's still going through, dang, this person that I've been with, that's supposed to be my number one umaro for the past 12 years, and we have a wonderful life. Now you give me this option, and now I'm out here because I'm still feeling this, whatever it is, and now I got this connection. Is the connection based off because you did me wrong, or is it because I truly just have a connection? Or could both things be true, where, yeah, I do have a connection with this person, and it may be just a little bit, I may connect it with this person just a little bit faster because you have hurt me, and I don't know if I can ever see you in a light to where I can trust you, where I can give you my heart again, because it's 12 years. It's a lifetime, and I don't know if you gonna just step on my heart again. I don't know if I can take that. Jagged Edge told us they can't take another heartbreak. I believe that. I know what that is about. Can't take another heartbreak. And I understand for people who love hard like that, and I understand where it breaks them down, where they just want to lay in the bed for weeks on end. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Hamilton grew a whole mustache, grew some Apache beard, and talking about he couldn't bathe, he couldn't shave. Well, clearly, brother, it ain't like you had a lot to shave. Couldn't walk, couldn't eat. I understand it. You lose weight because you lose a part. Like when they say you lose a part of yourself, you do. When you've been together for that long, you lose a part of yourself. Just like when older folks, they've been together for 50 plus years, and when one of them goes and then they say the next one goes like a week later or 2 days later or whatever the case may be, that's because they lost a part of them. And when they lose that part, it's kind of, it takes something with them. And I get that. In this instance, right, I don't think that she felt that she could have got that back with her guy. What's the outcome of this? I don't know, because it's still going on right now. It's still happening right now. They're trying to figure it out. But she has this, she don't want to give up the relationship that she has built with this other person. Understand, she's still married. Where do their marriage goes from this? I know you guys, do they got kids? No, they don't have kids. Thank God. Right? This was something that they were working on. This was something that they were working on. I could tell you, I will say that. This is something that they were working on. But at this point, it's up to you. You know, what would you do? What would you do in this instance? I get it that, like I said, they're both at fault. They're both at fault. Whether you want to believe that or not, they're both at fault. I understand that he who shall remain nameless, put them in this situation by a decision that he made. All right, situational cheaters, I'm not, I go back and listen. I don't know if I've made it very clear how I feel about situational cheaters, but I will say it once again. Situational cheaters, sometimes y'all mess up the game. And y'all mess up the game, y'all muddy the waters, and because y'all do that, y'all make it challenging for other people to get into these relationships and have meaningful, substantial relationships, because they have been heartbroken by a ton of situational cheaters who don't know how to run a game, think that they are a true cheater when they really are not, because for obvious reasons, right? And I'll leave it at that. Not gonna dive too deep in that, maybe in another show, right? But yeah, and that's kind of where we're at, or at least that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's gonna unfold. Maybe I'll give you guys an update and see if they're gonna still be together or not. Like I say, but he made this decision, and he made a decision. In my part, I feel like it's a good decision that he made not to. Bad decision, the fact that he did the cheating. Good decision not to pass on what he got to his wife. But also, too, at the same time, not the greatest decision to give her a hall pass, a get back pass, whatever kind of pass you want to call it. Not the best idea to do that. And the reason why I say that is because look at the outcome. His wife had to form a connection with somebody before she could be intimate with that person. So now you run the risk of still not only being in the doghouse, but now that she's built a connection with somebody else, this person may show her something that you haven't been showing her, or something that she didn't even know that she did not need, or that she didn't know that she needed in her life. And now that that person is showing that to her, now the grass is probably looking greener on the other side. You introduce this to your relationship based off of the first decision that you made when you made to step out and do X, Y, and Z. So now it's a whole little effect. How is this going to turn out? I don't know. What would you do in your mind? What would you do? I'm not giving you no option, no get back, no hall pass, no nada. Not giving that. That's not me. Not Nerdy. Nerdy ain't gonna do that. Nerdy ain't giving none of that back. But I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna take what's gonna come with it. If you need the passcode to my phone, have it. You need the face recognition, have it. If you need me to tell you my every whereabouts just for me to give you, just so I can gain your trust back and build a new and reset our foundation to make sure that we good, I will do all of those things. I don't have a problem with that. If that's something that I did and I want to really truly be with you, then that's that. Some people say, oh, well, when they get into these situations and and the person finds out, or they tell on themselves, that's a way out of the relationship. Is it though? Is it? I don't think that's 100% true. In some instances, yes, maybe, but 100%, hell no. Hell no. I think that people really, the true cheater, if the true cheater wants to be out of a relationship, that person would allow themselves to get caught. A true cheater, you will never know, because they go about their everyday life and they show you non-stop continuous love, and you never would know, because it's just their regular routine and you will never be able to tell, and they won't let it come out. But when you have a true cheater, you get someone like that, you'll never know, and it'll never affect your relationship in a negative way, but probably in a positive way. But stay tuned for more on that in a future developing episode. Listen, I'm not here to beat a horse, the dead horse. Y'all already know me. Y'all know how I get down. Listen, think about it. Think about the situation. Once again, I'm going to run it back down for you. Been together for 12 years, married for 7. Went out, made a decision to cheat, got burnt, went to the... couldn't help himself, told his wife, gave his wife a bang pass, a hall pass, get back pass, whatever you want to call it. And now she caught feelings for the guy that she's with. So what would you do in that situation? And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to play a little music, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to close out the show. Yeah, y'all know who that is. Adele, she don't play. Someone Like You. Woo! Someone Like You. Thought it was perfect for this thought I'd really just be honest with you, I thought it was perfect just for this episode. So there it is. There you go. Once again, remember, guys, this is just a conversation to have it with your friends, have it with your family, have it with your circles. Get some thoughts, get some dialogue. Talk with me about it. Listen, I told you I'm going to have that link up and whatnot, and we'll be able to talk Discord, Patreon, all that good old stuff. Get in the comments. It's on YouTube. Talk to me about it. Tell me what your thoughts are. We can go back and forth with it. It's all respectful conversation, dialogue, right? I'm not here to push my views off on you or you push your views off on me. It's just having a conversation, and if you can, if you're interested in it, have it. If not, just get back to enjoying your life. Once again, this is That's Run the Podcast. I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G. Make sure you go grab that book over there. It's called This May Not Be For You, which This May Not Be For You talks a little bit about what we talked about today. Also, to get some of that nerdy merch, right? Sporting it, gamer shirt today, right? Because sometimes in life, in relationships, we do play games, and when we play those games, somebody might get hurt, right? Because sometimes in love, we do get hurt. Listen, until next time, once again, I am your guy, that guy, the one and only, your host, Nerdy G. That's Random Podcast. I'm out.